lungs to work. Fatty ganja smoking. Fatty ganja. Fatty ganja smoking. Fatty ganja. Babylon, you break the very last that you made. To plan out your garden is a mistake. I'm on the roots and not the branches. See through your lies, little son of a Lord. Bless I with the abundant herb for meditation. Grow it and spread it to the whole nation. No father, you'd spread negative vibration. All wrapped up in depression. But in my herbal garden is a sweet medicine for me. In my herbal garden is what inspired this melody. So bird, put your two lungs to work. Oh, I say bird, put your two lungs to work. Yeah, fatty ganja smoking. Fatty ganja. Yeah, fatty ganja smoking. Fatty ganja. Since Emilia is a gift from Jah, I will not follow your man-made law. Me nah cause no trouble with your herb in me pipe. Yes, me fire up and yes, me feel alright. Blaze up the green with me feeling the blues. To plant tribal seed, this what I choose. Never disrespect, I will never abuse. It is laws of the book, I follow the rules. In my herbal garden is a sweet medicine for me. In my herbal garden is what inspired this melody. So bird, put your two lungs to work. Oh, I say bird, put your two lungs to work.
Put them to work, let's go.
Yeah, fatty ganja smoking. Fatty ganja. Yeah, fatty ganja smoking. Fatty ganja. In a savoir.
Now you can't hear it. Hold on, I'm bringing you in. Hold on, Mark, you can't hear it. Mark, you're on. Look at you rolling a blunt, but you can't hear it because it doesn't let you hear the audio through the Zoom. Look at you, but we're still jamming, man. Let's go. Here, I'll turn it down a little. It's still going in your mind. Just put your two lungs to work, man.
Oh, I hear it now.
Can I get some meditation?
Hey, here, this is how we can do it. This is how we can do it. Hold on.
No, I'm watching you on my TV.
Can I get a good vibration?
Can you hear it on the TV? You can hear it on the TV.
Yeah, there might be an echo.
Can I get some meditation today? Can I get a good vibration today?
Alright, what are we doing today?
Please,
You gotta smoke a little bit of a dance spot.
Whoa, Mr.
Herbsman. That's more than a dance spot.
Cali Herbsman. Herbsman.
Let's go. It's bumping. There we go. Father Ganja. Now he's smoking. Now he's talking. How you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Conspiracy Castle. I'm your conspiracy asshole. Prime time 99 reggaeton. Let's go. So, Skybear's high on catnip. Okay, well, that was a great intro. So, Mark, welcome to the Conspiracy Castle. Mark, you have a podcast, My Family Thinks I'm Crazy, and your contact is in the description, myfamilythinksimcrazy.com. And Mark is a person that I met on a crazy night. For a lot of the people, there's only 28 people watching now, but some of the people will realize that, Mark, you were there on the most infamous night of the castle, supposedly.
Well, it was the most infamous night of Idiocalypse, which is a show that has not been conducted since that episode. So quite effectively, Alex, you killed Idioclips. What are your thoughts on that? How do you feel? Do you have an apology for Cheney?
I mean, I don't feel good about it. I feel terrible about it, but I don't know what to say. I mean, it's like,
honestly, I don't want to make it a public thing, but I think Cheney and Jonathan are A-okay, and I'm sure they're going to come out with a new show soon.
You think so? Is that the scuttlebutt? I hope so.
I think Cheney just wants to lay low, and I'm pretty sure she was just recently on a podcast, but I talked to her. She's doing fine. So yeah, we don't need to get into gossip, you know.
Well, we started it with gossip, so we got to start. Look at that ganja, man, for the ganja smoking. You can't hear it.
You're infamous, Alex. You're infamous. You're magnanimous. You're a very boisterous guy. What other big words can I use?
You're using the words you can't hear, but it's about to be smoking. Start smoking a little. Look at hit it, man. Welcome to Connecticut, man. Skybear's high on catnip. Come on in, bird. Push it too long to work. Okay, that's enough of that. People, I know it does. It seems like a dance party, right? Is it Ellen? But see, you know who I learned my broadcasting from is Rachel Levine is my favorite woman right now, and then Ellen DeGeneres is my favorite broadcaster. So she dances, like she starts her whole show with a big dance party.
You're modeling your podcast after Ellen DeGeneres?
Everything I do, I model my whole life after Ellen DeGeneres.
Well, I'm modeling my podcast after Doug Stanhope.
Okay, well, I mean, I would argue that Ellen DeGeneres is more high in the Talmudic Illuminati and is probably more powerful than Doug Stanhope, so...
Is that what you're calling it now after Lorraine Day?
Did you hear it? Did you listen to what she said on the 8-hour stream?
Of course. You think I'm not a Conspiracy Castle fan, Alex?
I didn't even know, but dude, it was hot. She was...
She's cool.
I
don't agree with a lot of the stuff she said, but
who
cool.
does? Who can agree with that? I mean, who? Seriously, like who? And some of it you can vibe with it for sure, and a lot of it you can't. Dude, she's a woman that's 84 years old. Nobody that's listening to this stream right now is 84 years old, and just the fact that she'll come on. Well, I'm just saying she's not going to change her mind. She's stuck in her ways, how she views the world.
Are you going to be podcasting until you're 84? Well, do you call this a podcast? You don't call this a podcast. This is a multimedia show, right?
This is a talk show, I would call it, is what I like to call it. The number one talk show on the internet, as I call it.
You plan on doing this until you're into your 80s, Alex?
Yeah, I'm going to be like Rush Limbaugh, dude. I'm going to have a golden... I'm going to be like Howard Stern.
You'll be like Larry King?
Exactly, 100%. The Conspiracy King. Dude, that's what I'm saying. You don't realize this yet. Mark, you know, Howard Stern was the king of all media. Michael Jackson was the king of pop. Elvis Presley was the king of rock and roll. Well, Primetime 99 Alex Stein will be the king of all conspiracy. Just like Howard Stern is the king of all media. Like you have Alex...
I actually do know this pretty well because I'm building something for you. I want to show you right now. Can you share? Can you allow me to screen share?
Does it not let you screen share?
Not yet.
Wait, hold on. What do I press? Participants.
My girlfriend just reminded me that I'm not the host, so I can't do that.
Well, wait, there's a way to do screen share. You go to this. Multiple participants can share. Now you're good to go.
I'm making you a page on my new website for the new Podcast Cooperative I'm starting.
Oh, I like this already. See, that's what I'm saying. I like somebody like you, Mark, that takes the initiative himself. A lot of people don't do that, and that's why they don't make things happen.
Well, I'm in a privileged position. You know, I have the honor of working for the great Sam Tripoli and, you know, and knowing a lot of the folks that he has on the show and networking with them. And I figured, well, if I'm going to be networking, I might as well do something with that, just like you said. So this is just the bare bones, some info I got from your websites already. But like I said right here.
Well, you already have it, dude. What? You got a lot of this shit already. Look at you, Mark, mother trucker.
We got to get you on all these apps. We got to turn your video show into a podcast because I think audio format is the freest way to have free speech and the least censorship goes on in that area. So naturally, I think, converting your fans away from YouTube is going to be the most beneficial thing for all of us. Because if you guys get off this censored YouTube BS that we're on right now and you start listening to the truth unfiltered on all these great podcasts, you're going to find a lot of good stuff that's not available on YouTube, a lot of good information that's not available on YouTube. And unfortunately, Alex, your stuff might not be preserved here on YouTube. So let's preserve it in an RSS feed and make it so that people can listen to it forever.
Yeah, that sounds like something I want to do. I mean, right now I'm uploading to I just started like the 2 weeks ago. It's been less than a month uploading to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and whatchamacallit.
So you're already in the way of doing that then.
I started uploading to the I just started to, but it's boo-boo, dude. I go to rss.com and I upload it to there, and it goes to Spotify. See, you just had like 20 different logos. The only place I have it going to is Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts
I'll help you
and
out.
Google
After,
Podcasts.
We'll schedule a time off the air, and we'll figure.
I'll give you my RSS. I'll give you all my shit to rss.com. We can figure it out.
I'll do that. I'll hook you up. Don't worry. We're gonna get Conspiracy Castle on all the podcasts.
Yes, Mark. This is why I need you, Mark. You're the man with the plan. I'm Prime Time 99. I need a grinder and a shiner. Somebody that's not afraid to think outside the box, dude. It's like we got to be like Taco Bell. Their motto is think outside the bun. We have to think outside the bun, dude. We're not the cheeseburger. We're different. We're not, you know what I mean? We got to think outside the bun.
Yeah,
metaphorically.
Dude, I'm grinding it up right now. I'm gonna grind up some more weed because this is a Conspiracy Castle. I'm gonna smoke some bud on the show with you. We're gonna get into some stuff.
We're gonna get into some weird stuff. Hey, but you said you want to get into aliens because I believe any aliens or other life forms, they're here on Earth. Like they come from the ocean, or they come their spirit. How do I say it? They're either some sort of like spiritual thing, like an angel or devil. I don't know if I believe aliens can come through like the firmament.
You might like this story I have, because I was just listening to the OBDM podcast, Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. They got a YouTube channel as well. They're pretty cool. They're Mike's in the Union of the Unwanted with Sam Tripoli, and I've been helping out with that show behind the scenes. But the show, Our Big Dumb Mouth, they were talking about this Lake Baikal in Russia, right? I think. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Lake Baikal, Baikal, if you want to look that up on your little magic talk show board there.
Lake
but
Baikal, hold
apparently there was it's the world's deepest lake. And just like you said, you think they come out of the ocean and stuff. Well, they must have one of these underwater bases in this lake, because people have been seeing UFOs around the lake.
It's called Lake Baikal. How do I spell it? Baikal?
You got it.
But it says here, I'm on it. Here, let me show. I can do a screen share. We will show people share. Let me go to it here. Okay, this is it. So, and should I type in alien too? Do you think something will come up?
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Look up Lake Baikal UFO sightings.
Wow, Russian Navy divers encounter aquatic aliens. Ooh,
yeah, man.
I like that. Dude, because we have... I'm burping on air. I'm telling we have no freaking idea what's underneath the ocean. They say 8 miles. I know. I mean, we don't have any freaking idea. But Russian Navy divers encountered aquatic aliens at Lake Baikal humanoids. What? Located in southeastern Siberia towards Mongolia's border sits the planet's oldest and deepest lake. Nearly 1/4 of Earth's fresh water is contained here. Astonishing depths of over 5,000 feet have been measured in certain areas. A myriad of unique plant and animal species inhabit the frigid territory, many of which exist nowhere else in the world. Scientists estimate this massive basin formed as an ancient rift valley more than 25 million years ago. For centuries, Lake Baikal has been home to a plethora of unexplained phenomena. Locals claim countless peculiar UFO encounters frequently occur within this remote region of Russia. Some theorize an extraterrestrial base is lurking beneath a picturesque exterior, Wow, one of the most bizarre reports occurred in 1982 during a routine Soviet military training dive. While navigating the foreboding aquatic realm, Navy personnel noticed anomalous figures swimming nearby. Perplexed, they watched in bewilderment as several curious creatures approached them. Despite being stationed at a depth of over 164 feet, these humanoids wore no modern equipment. Wow. Each donned tight-fitting metallic suits, complete with a helmet-like apparatus completely covering their heads. Upon closer inspection, troopers noticed the aliens were nearly 10 feet tall. However, the colossal loch dwellers soon disappeared back into the murky abyss. Following this eerie run-in, the intrigued commander ordered his recruits to capture a subaqueous alien. 7 scuba divers entered the glacial lake and began their harrowing descent. Soon after navigating an elevator of declining temperatures, multiple entities emerged. One frogman attempted to catch the unearthly specimen in a large...
All right, Alex, wrap it up. We could read it ourselves, but I mean, isn't this interesting? These aliens here. Do you like my sound effects?
Yeah, where did you get this? How are you on that alien vibe? So who are you talking with about aliens so much? You're getting all this Lake Baikal info.
No,
OBD. No, I know. I'm just saying, like, who are these people? What were they saying about it? Is what I'm trying to.
They were just commenting on. I think the show is a cool show. They talk about all kinds of different reports and news stuff like that, like different encounters. But personally, I might be more in the camp that you're in, where you're like, oh, aliens aren't coming from outer space. They're coming from other dimensions or inside the Earth somewhere. I think that's very interesting. I don't know why I'm bringing it up. You said I was in Connecticut. I'm actually in Indiana right now. Maybe it's because there's some...
I thought you always lived in Connecticut.
I do live in Connecticut, but I'm a traveling man, bro.
You're in Indiana. You never told me you're in Indiana. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to assume you're at home. I don't know. What the fuck?
That's where the UFOs are, though. That's where we got all these crop circles.
Is that what you're doing? Are you hunting UFOs right now? Are you on a UFO? Is that what you're telling me that you're doing? So you're like a true TV show right now.
I'm not like a true TV show. I am a true TV show, Alex. I mean, if people want to tune into the My Family Thinks I'm Crazy podcast, they can keep up with my adventures because it's true. It's television and it's happening, bro. We don't do a lot of video. It's mostly audio, so I guess it's not television, but here I am in video format telling you about it, and I'm telling you the truth, man. I'm looking for UFOs. I can't find them. I haven't found any yet, but...
And what the fuck are you looking at, though, to see them? Like, what? I mean, I'm saying, like, what the... Like, what are you...
Mounds. Have you ever heard of mounds?
No, what the fuck is a mound all about? I like this.
Oh, my gosh. Fuck? You don't know what a mound is, Alex?
No, I don't know what the fuck. Do I need to look it up on the machine? Well, just describe a mound real quick. Let me break
this down for you.
Because you like audio. I'll put this on audio. This will be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and everything.
Screw Apple and Spotify. They're lame, dude. People should go to Podcast Addict. They can go to Breaker.
See, I don't know this shit, dude.
You can go to... Listen, there's so many cool apps you can listen to podcasts through. And Apple and Spotify are like the worst too. So next time you recommend people listen to a podcast, you gotta tell them from the heart. So go on your phone, find an app you like. Podfriend is a good one because people are listening to this on YouTube. So I'm guessing most of them, if they're not using their phone, they're on a computer. You can download Podfriend onto your computer and use it to listen to podcasts. So, and the cool thing about podcasts, people, is before we get into mounds, is you can do other stuff while you're listening. So you can be productive human beings. That's why I love podcasts. I mean, I used to listen while I was delivering packages for Jeff Bezos, but I don't work for him anymore.
That's good. That's a relief, probably.
But now I'm looking for mounds. And the reason why mounds are cool is because they're these very interesting, ancient, geographical, megalithic, sometimes locations in the earth where Native American cultures, or maybe even cultures even further back in time, buried their loved ones and different artifacts into these huge earth mounds where, you know, they would take a lot of dirt and push it up and make it into a hill. And usually these are in places where it's very flat, so you don't have mountains or anything like that. So when you come across a big giant piece of earth, you're like, oh, what the hell, you know, where'd this come from? And, you know, these mounds aren't just places where things are buried. They happen to also be positioned in certain spots around the earth that have magnetic significance, and maybe even some strange side effects on the people who live around them, and even maybe an attractor for paranormal phenomena like UFOs. I mean, in Ohio, which is not too far from where I am now, there's the Serpent Mounds. Alex, if you want to look that up.
The Serpent Mounds? What the fuck? That sounds fucking satanic as hell. Is that Lil Nas X? Is he doing this satanic shit there? What's it? Serpent? What is this? The Serpent Mounds, dog?
The Serpent Mounds is not satanic.
Serpent Mounds where? In Ohio?
See, you got to listen to Tinfoil Hat more, brother, because what they do is they flip the bad and the good. You see, the serpent just represents knowledge.
That's what they say, the Serpent Seed. But dude, okay, we're gonna do a debate later. People in the chat, I don't know if anyone see this.
Oh my God.
I know.
Save the debate for the end when I'm all.
That's
ready.
what I'm saying. The end after an hour at least, but after the first hour, you guys can come on because people are like the Christian don't like the Serpent Seed vibe, but the Serpent Seed. They say
I'm not on the Serpent Seed vibe, okay? You can talk to my friends in Connecticut that, I'm down with the Christians. I'm not against any of the Bible truths, but I'm just saying there's multiple interpretations of the truth, and the serpent symbology is not always satanic, and it's not always Luciferian, and I don't think there's any room for debate on that. So actually, if people have anything to differ on that, I'd be surprised, because I think it's mostly subjective. If objectively true, if we're talking about objective truth, then the fact is Christianity was not a thing before European people sailed to North America and South America. So to the Native Americans here, that Christianity interpretation doesn't come into effect at all. So until the Christians or Europeans came with that, so you can't tell me that like the Serpent Mound is satanic. Maybe, I mean, if you're looking at the whole world, that Lucifer is like guiding the actions of people unbeknownst to them. But I think the same people that think that also think that Native American people are savages, and I don't agree with them at all. So I think as far as Christianity's interpretations of serpent symbology, it really only applies to the Western canon of mythology and symbolism. It doesn't apply to other cultures that haven't been interacted historically with Christianity until the 15th and 14th century.
Okay, look at this. This is I just read this today. This is
that's a really cool ad for what is that, a Peloton?
It's so fucking annoying. Daily Mail is the worst. But is this the earliest drawing of a crucifixion carving made some 1900 years ago on an ancient Roman school for slaves? Shows a human-like figure with the head of a donkey that is deemed anti-Christian graffiti. Let me show it to you. Hold on.
Where's the Serpent Mound? I thought you were looking.
The Serpent Mound's right here. We're about to show you the Serpent Mound, but I'm going to show you this graffiti. Look. They drew Jesus. They didn't like Jesus very much. They drew this guy.
Well, and you want to talk about Jesus? I mean, do you know about Romans and how they?
This is the interpretation of it. They drew Jesus with a horse head, and then they drew me. I feel personally attacked by these people. Does that not look like me? Honestly.
That does not look like you. No,
it looks. The nose is a little pushed down, but that looks like an ancestor of mine. That looks like a close ancestor.
No, that looks like one of the Baldwin brothers. That looks like
exactly. And I have some of that DNA in me.
You fancy yourself a ball? I mean,
I'm really volatile. I get in fights. I argue. I'm a Christian. I'm like a Christian. Television. I know, you know how what's his name? Billy Baldwin's like a Christian, and then he's like a Trump supporter, and then not a Trump supporter. So I'm Nephilim too, dude. I'm a lot of shit, dude. I'm probably 99. I'm 6'3", dog, and a half. I'm 6'3".
That makes you a Nephilim?
Yes, dude, because I also don't have proportionate size genitalia, and I believe that's also my theory. The Nephilim had to have more humanized sized penises to be able to mate with the women. So
So
There's a lot of
your enlarged penis is an indication that you're a Nephilim.
no, because I don't have that large of a penis. Like, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like a normal person.
They had to shrink their penises.
Exactly. And so genetically, I have it.
I'm 6'8", and that doesn't fly with my. I mean, that's not. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that, Alex, but
no, I mean it's fine. I mean it's totally fine. I mean there's nothing I can.
Let's go to the Serpent Mound.
No, I mean it's totally fine. I'm just saying I'm Nephilim. I've done a lot of research, dude. That's the thing is I don't want you to discredit my hours of research and my theorizing because I've spent time. No, because
talk about that picture you just showed. Let's bring it back up.
Well, I wanted to show you because you're a very handsome young man, and if I don't show you, if I don't hear you see, you like just podcasting. If I don't show your inflection, your personality, sometimes I need to show the camera. But okay, here, let me get rid of you. Hold on, share screen. I got to do a little editing to be able to show you too. Hold on, I can do this. Watch this. This is what I can do.
So, all right, so we have Steve or Alec Baldwin there, and then a horse Jesus thing. And then what kind of letters are those? Is that Gnostic?
I mean, I think that says. I mean, what the fuck, dude? How the fuck am I supposed to know what that says? But I'm sure they're gonna say. They're gonna be like, "Oh, we translated it." I'm sure. Hold on, let me see.
So they carved this graffiti. Let me tell you though, I was researching a little bit of this for a while. A couple months ago, this guy named Josephus. Have you ever heard of Josephus?
No, is he like Joe Mama?
No, he's not like Joe Mama.
Are you sure? Because a lot of people like Joe Mama. Okay,
Flavius Josephus was this Jewish guy who was around during the time where Judea and Rome were in battles with each other, or the Roman Empire was trying to conquer Judea. And now you're switching to the Serpent Mound, right? When I'm getting into all this stuff.
Oh, yeah, no. Keep going, dog.
So the people of Judea were fighting against Rome. They didn't want to be a part of the Roman Empire because the Roman law didn't follow with their, Hebraic law. And their Abrahamic law. So they were naturally fighting against them. And the Romans surrounded this city. They killed all these people, and one of the survivors was this man named Josephus. And in order to save his own life, he told one of the generals, like, Vespasian, you will be the emperor. It's foretold in our prophecy that you will be the emperor. So they're like, oh, okay, this guy's interesting. Don't kill him. Bring him over to Rome. So he becomes Flavius Josephus, right? That's because the guy's name is Vespasian Flavius. His son was another guy whose last name was Flavius. My name is escaping me right now. But these two guys were emperors in Rome. And they basically took Josephus aside and were like, hey, we need you to teach us a little bit more about this prophecy, because after he said that, it became true, right? So Vespasian took the throne because Nero, one of the emperors who is pretty famous for being not such a great guy and doing all kinds of messed up stuff. So Nero basically is, thrown out of Rome. He kills himself or is killed or whatever. And a bunch of people take over Rome. It doesn't really last. And then Vespasian becomes like the emperor that everybody loved. He was said to like fix everything that Nero broke, so to speak. And a big reason why he has such this great record is because he hired Flavius Josephus as his propagandist to write all this propaganda in his favor. And not only did he write propaganda about Rome, but he rewrote some of the messianic scripture that the Jewish people were using so that they became less and less against Rome and more in the favor of the certain families that were like the tax collectors for Rome, who happened to also be Jewish. Their names are also escaping me. I mean, I think Octavius Flavius was the same. I don't know, maybe.
Isn't that a flavor of Gatorade, Octavius Flavius?
That might just rhyme, but their names are a little, all Latinized and whatnot. So it's hard to remember for me. But either way, that just goes to show you that what we read in history has been rewritten so many times by the people in power. That's just one example. And that case of graffiti there, I mean, who knows what that was really about, but the Romans were not friends of many other empires. So
what do you think Kim Kardashian thinks of the Romans?
I don't think Kim Kardashian knows about the Roman Empire.
You'd be surprised. She's actually she might be a lawyer. She's like one of the best attorneys in California, potentially.
Yeah, you think maybe, sometimes maybe I'm a jerk, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she is Kim K. I mean, she's doing it all day. I mean, she has a sex tape. I mean, that's the thing is you are all judging her because she has a sex tape, but
I'm not.
Okay, you're not. Okay, good. But she can be a good attorney, I believe that. Like, I would hire her.
Yeah, go for it. I believe all women.
Okay, so this is 1900 years ago. So this is in Rome. So let's see. Beneath this cross is ancient Greek text that reads, Alexamus worships God as a way to mock an individual in the drawing who appears to be dressed like a slave.
Hold on. Go back. That's Alexamenos, not Alexanos. What did you say?
Alexamenos.
But I'm always working on
holy shit. Turn your Alexa on.
Oh, shit. Alexa. Alexa, who is Alex Stein?
Alexa, who is Alex Stein?
According to Wikipedia, Alex Stein is an Israeli jurist who currently serves as a justice on the Supreme Court of Israel and a former law professor. Stein Jewish family in the Soviet Union and immigrated to Israel with his family in 1970.
All right.
Oh, shit, I'm an Israeli spy. Alexa.
He was drafted in forces in
Alexa, who did 9/11? Alexa, stop. Alexa, who did 9/11? Alexa, who did 9/11?
That's what I get for trying to correct your pronunciation on this damn Greek name.
Alexa Manos.
What did you want to ask, Alexa?
Alexa, who did 9/11?
Alexa, who did 9/11?
Members of the terrorist group Al-Qaeda carried out the series of terrorist attacks that
turn her
occurred on
off.
September 11, 2001.
Wow, Alexa, official story.
Listen, for the record, I would never own an Alexa. This is not my house.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Wow. They're already listening to me, though, because I hear them. I feel like I hear the people masturbating sometimes when I'm listening to me.
It's unplugged now, so it's done listening to us. Jesus.
Go back to aliens. Go back to aliens. What the fuck kind of aliens are you guys going to see?
If that was ear rape or ear harm.
Skybear's
Is that loud, Alex, for you? Because it was pretty loud for me.
No, but I think it's the right volume for us, which means it was probably loud as shit where you're at, dog.
Let's get back to the serpent mounts, because this stuff's interesting, man. I mean, have you ever seen that movie Pet Sematary? Apparently that's based around some stuff that happened near Mound site. Like it's based on some stories of, I mean, I don't think that's a true story, but it might be based on some stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the idea of Pet Cemetery is fucked up. Ooh, thanks for the lemon. Like, you're talking about some mother trucking pets coming back to life on this freaking Indian burial ground. Well, I'm just saying, this Indian burial grounds are weird. Them Aztecs and them, they do some weird shit on some of this shit. You know what I mean?
Look at the images of the serpent mound before you go talking all that ish about it.
Yeah, but I talk a lot. Oh, what? Ooh, that's snaky, my Jakey. What, Mark? Whoa, that'd be like a snake. Hold on, let me show the people. Snake alert, da-da-da-da-da, snake alert, serpent alert, ooh, snake alert, snake alert, snake alert, snake alert. Ooh, look, it's a snake in the ground. It's big in the ground. Alert. Wow, is that an alert notification noise? Ooh.
Oh, that was for the show, dude. I'm trying to add some effect to the show, you know?
How do you know that's not man-made though? By just some freaking Hispanic dudes from Guadalajara, Tijuana.
Well, first of all, it's in Ohio, so I don't know.
Are there no Mexicans in Ohio that know how to work a backhoe?
Well, this has been there for thousands of years. That's
Tartaria.
You don't believe in much science, though, huh, Alex?
I've never even trusted science in my life. As a matter of fact,
I think there are some things in science that are worth taking.
A lot of science is true. I'm just kidding. I love science. I'm just kidding. I'm just the type of person to, plug the ecstasy in my butthole instead of just, swallowing it. I do my own science. Do you know what I mean? I'm the scientist of my own life.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I hope that wasn't an endorsement for plugging anyone's butthole.
No, but we always do encourage alternative lifestyles of the Conspiracy Castle. It's an alternative lifestyle friendly zone.
It is. Where is Real?
Real doesn't like this alternative lifestyle. It's too alternative for Real. This lifestyle is too alternative.
Real's all about alternative lifestyle, dude. Real does all kinds of alternative stuff, bro. I love Real. Real cosmology needs to come back on Conspiracy Castle.
I agree, dude. It's fucked up, bro.
I hope he's seeing this right now.
I doubt it. No way he watches anymore. His mom might secretly watch, though. Barbara, I feel you sometimes. She might not, but I feel her in the chat. Like, she's not chatting, but I feel her energy I feel her eyes.
Have you ever done the show Deborah Gets Red Pilled?
No, and nobody asked me to be on their shows that much. Occasionally, people. You know who did come on their show? Black Pill Podcast. They're really cool guys. Have you heard of them?
You know what? I mean, you should plug the fact that you're going to be on Sam Tripoli's show this coming week, right?
Well, I haven't even been talking about it. It was because, I was kind of waiting to you to kind of declare it on the air to give a little more of a...
Yeah. Well, it's only going to be for the people who are
patron. I am a patron.
So you'll get to watch it. I'll get to watch it. Anyone who's cool and goes and subscribes for $5 a month will be able to watch it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Wow. I can take clips of it and shit, though, and let's show people. So it's going to be cool. So I'm going to show
check this out. Check this out, bro. I got this just for you today.
Wow. What is that? Oh, because it's flat? But that's not even, that's not the A. That's not really the AE map. That's like a globe split in half, but yeah. Sam's going to get weird, dude. We're going to talk about heliocentrism versus geocentrism, dude. We're going to talk about fucking censorship. Now I'm excited, but it's not that big a deal. It is a big deal, but what's more important is we got them snakes up in the ground.
What do you think? You think this is fake? You think Guadalajaran people made this?
No, I don't think so. But honestly, that does look a lot like an enchilada platter at this place, Miguel's Tostadas.
Well, yeah, because people probably saw this and said, "Oh, that's a really cool symbol. I'm going to use it."
I know. Okay, this is cool, but so what is it? What is the story behind it, though?
Well, it was created by the ancient Native American people who lived in this Ohio River Valley area. Multiple tribes lived in the area before settlers came, but I think it was a much more ancient tribe that preceded all of them that built some of the more larger mounds. I mean, there's a whole Cahokia mound complex that's down in the Mississippi River area that's much, much larger. That one I cannot spell, so people are going to have to do their best. I think it starts with a C, C-H-C-O-H something, Cahokia complex, but that's down in Missouri, I believe, and that one's much larger. And yeah, there's a whole, Mississippi River Valley culture of ancient peoples that built all these mounds, and they're significant to certain tribes based on where they live. And I think the Serpent Mound even lines up astrologically to certain events in the sky, such as like the equinoxes or what's the other one?
I don't know. I got to do a live edit on one of my channels. Jaron told me I should change my
A live edit?
I mean, I'm trying to change my thumbnail if I can change it.
Oh no.
Yeah, he said that would be better.
Well.
Okay. Well,
bless you out there, Jaron. Thanks for keeping Alex on his toes.
Yeah, hopefully we're okay with this. All right. Well, Shy. I guess maybe I should probably delete this video. Actually, fuck it. Yeah. There we go. That video's done. Deleted. All right. Well, let's go. Sorry about that. Just I'm constantly worried about my channels and the censorship. It just sucks from YouTube, guys. I know I had to be a shill on.
Talk about some mystery, interesting.
Oh yes, I do. Okay, so the Serpent Mound. I had to do that. So what the fuck though? So you're alien hunting though. Do you have any devices or sort of technology that helps you do this? Because when I was a kid, I went to Marfa, Texas, and saw the Marfa Lights. And they still say they don't know what that is. Let me show people what the Marfa Lights are.
Are they always there when you go to that place?
Yeah, the Marfa Lights are this weird thing. Here, I'll show you. We'll go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube.
Paranormal phenomena. Oh, dude, is this what you're listening to play the intro, the Tribal Seed song?
Yeah.
Do you give them a shout out?
No, I mean, I just started playing it. I will. I need to start shouting them out.
You gotta give them a plug, dog. You gotta support.
Of course, Tribal Seeds. I got it. Do you like that song? Do you like their music? I just found that song like yesterday, and I started playing like crazy. Yes, yeah. I didn't even know the name of their band yet.
Smoking in my buddy Chevy Lumina, listening to that song.
So that song's old school.
Well, I mean, I don't know that particular song, but I like the vibe, dude. Love it.
I like the vibe.
Who's that cowboy? It looked like you if you lived in.
Well, I know it's in Marfa, Texas, near the border. Okay, the Marfa Lights, also known as the Marfa Ghost Lights, have been observed.
You wear a cowboy hat down there, boy.
Well, you know, sometimes I do. If the sun's shining on my face, I just want to cover the brim of my nose. Hey, let me get back to what I said. Have been observed near U.S. Route 67. Hey, Skybear, you shut your dang mouth. You shut your dang mouth. Okay, he's in a mood. They have gained some fame as onlookers have attributed them to paranormal phenomena such as ghosts, UFOs, or will-o'-the-wisp. What is will-o'-the-wisp? In folklore, a will-o'-the-wisp or will-o'-wisp or Ignis Fatuus.
Ghost light, baby.
So you've heard of a ghost light? It was an atmospheric ghost light seen by travelers at night. Wait, what, dog? So you're a willow whisper?
I've seen will-o'-wisps before when I was younger.
What? Dude, what the hell? I didn't even know I got a willow whisper. So do you talk like this sometimes? Do you ever go, shh?
Oh, yeah, we whisper and shit, dude. No, I don't whisper to the lights. You just see them, you goofball.
I know you don't whisper, but it feels like a whisper. Sometimes I whisper to the lady, like, how you doing, baby? I feel like the lights might whisper to you.
Let's get into that, Alex. Are you dating anyone right now?
Did you not see my show where that girl dumped me? Here, I think I saved the image. Hold on, let me find it.
Here's the thing, Alex. What you might not know is that a girl saw me on Conspiracy Castle, and she messaged me, and she told me that she has a huge crush on you, but she doesn't want to come out and admit it. So you got a secret admirer somewhere out there, dude.
Wait, what is going on? Are you talking to moi, 99, Alex down on the grind? So there's some hoe out there.
Yeah, dude, I got some hot gossip for you, dude. There's a girl out there who wants to be your secret admirer.
It's funny you say that because people were just making fun of me because I've gained about 25 pounds over this last year during the pandemic. Literally, I've gained exactly 25 pounds. I'm like,
you're always going out 99 grinding, walking around doing those on the
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I stopped eating meat and I've been eating a bunch. No, yeah, but it's
becoming a soy boy.
I'm a soy boy, so my titties are getting big. I'm a soy boy.
Oh my! You have tofu tits now?
Kinda. And I'm trying to find this message where this girl dumped me. Hold on, let me try to find it. I don't know where I saved it. No, maybe downloads. Maybe it's downloads. Oh yeah, it probably was downloads. Okay, hold on. Where are you? This is it. This is it. Okay. This is it right here. I don't know if you can see it. Now, if I can zoom in.
Oh, I see it, dude. Zoom in, dude. Wow, dude. She dumped you, dude?
No, I was just not really vibing with her. And she was like,
screen and I'll be able to see it more.
Well, you can see it on my screen right there.
Yeah, but I can see it. Okay, fine.
Well, it's just this response. And she like sends me some shit like, oh, can you fill up my tire? I'm just done with this girl. We weren't dating at all. We've been doing it a little bit.
What does that mean? Is that an innuendo to fill up her tire?
That's what I'm saying. She's just trying to see me on some shit because I'm in the car business. So she thought I'd probably be like, oh, I'll help you. I do it all the time. No big deal.
Come on, Alex. You got to imagine. Listen, dude. You're this big time, prime time, 99 Stein on the grind guy. Some girls are out there. They're thinking like, hey, this guy's so cool. How do I approach him? You know, you got to imagine. You got to put yourself in their shoes. Maybe this is her goofy, nervous approach. And maybe
but I've already did this girl a bunch of doggy style. You know why her and I used to do a doggy style? So we could watch the same show on TV. So we could watch.
So you already dated her.
Oh yeah, well, I hit it and I wanted to quit it. And so basically, what I'm saying is, this is what she said to me. We saw each other for a few months. And she goes, and she was like mad at me. She's like, don't talk to me ever again, basically. And I go, okay. And she goes, and just your response, no, you're just fucking rude. And I know you feel important because like 100 people think you're funny on the internet, but that doesn't give you the right to be mean.
Oh no. Do you think you went too far, Alex?
I didn't even do anything really bad. I just said anyone fell for tire.
Maybe she just had that loaded up. Like she's like, oh, he thinks he's so funny. And she just wanted to hit you with that, you know. Just move on, man. If she's giving you negative...
Oh, I moved on. I don't care. I just think it's funny. People like to see me also get owned. She's like, okay. And I just say, bye, Caroline, because I'm not going to talk to her ever again. She's like, I would stop spreading things around about Chart. I didn't spread anything about this guy. You're
spreading things right now, Alex, on your 100-follower platform.
Okay. Well, 145 total if you all platforms considered.
Well, you know what? I
think right! I only have 100 people! Ah! And she goes, okay, not really. I wouldn't do that, but I still think you're a dick. Like, she's just pissed because I didn't want to get up on that no mo. But I don't blame her. A lot of stuff I don't want to get up on no mo. Okay, so let's go back to this alien shit. So you're going to tell me, have you seen any alien, shit?
Well, one time when I was younger, I saw a weird light in the sky that spiraled away from my friend John and I, and we were walking uphill, so our eyes were already naturally looking up at the sky, but it was just, one of those things that you can't explain. I don't, it was just a...
Do you think aliens are gay, or do you think they're straight? Because there's always hearing about anal probing. Is that because they're homosexual, or is that because they're horny? What do you think that's all about? Like, is it gay if I touch my male cat's butt, but not gay if I touch my female cat's butt? Is it gay for the aliens to touch my butt if they are a male or female? Your opinion, please.
Is it gay when a veterinarian sticks something up your cat's butt? I mean, I think that's
a little gay. I mean, to be honest, yes, it's a little gay.
I think it's kind of like that, where they just think that that like the way we would treat a fish and like hook it out of the water and like put a hook in its mouth, and like that's what they're doing to us, like they just put their technology in us with no regard because they're just trying to analyze it, like the same way they tranquilize a bear and put a collar around its neck out in the in the wild. And I think that's kind of, if aliens are really doing that to people, I think it's either that or it's like some kind of MK Ultra thing where the interdimensional beings are just kind of torturing us for our loosh. I mean, that's something that seems to make some sense, right? Like
everything's about our loosh, dude. They want us in a constant state of vibration. It's like people don't even want things to open back up. Like they just want to keep us in this negative state. Like people love.
Well, it's easy to think that now because there's so much like pressure on us, like making us think that we're heading into this new world order Orwellian state. But I think there's so many people that are awake more than ever, more than when I was in like high school, more than when I was in college, like even a couple of years ago, there weren't so many people interested in this stuff. But I think COVID has forced a lot of people to say like, yeah, the mainstream narrative is BS. I mean, even people who like Theo Von, the comedian, like he was
I love Theo.
how like masks are kind of ridiculous, you know, and I think that's really cool that a guy who obviously he's just a comedian, you know, like he's not.
Well, now he lives in Nashville, though, right? I mean, so.
I guess, you know, I'm not sure about all that. I don't know where he lives, but yeah, no, I just think that there's a lot more people waking up to the truth now, and we should have more hope because people aren't going to get on our side if we're all afraid. People are going to come hear us out more if we have a message of hope, and that hope is backed up with a rational, you know, answer and a rational solution rather than just these crazy fear-stricken theories, which I think I like the conspiracy theories. I like learning about all that stuff, but not everybody's brave enough to hear all that stuff, you know? Like some people get really scared and they just shut off and they don't want to hear about the Pizzagate truth. They don't want to hear about the COVID vaccine truth because they just think it's scary, you know? And the fact is there are solutions to this, and if we start spreading a message of hope rather than a message of fear, I think we'll see better results, you know? Like there's this 100th monkey effect where it only takes like, you know, 99 monkeys out of the whole population, and then the rest of them are learning those skills, like these monkeys in Japan where they have these hot pools of water. You know, they weren't always doing that. It was only a certain group of monkeys that did that, and then all of the other islands that those monkeys lived on, they started evolving to, or when they were born, to have that idea to go into these hot springs just naturally. So scientists kind of looked at that and said, maybe there's something going on psychically here that is connecting all of these monkeys that are separated geographically, so that when one of them learns a skill, the rest of them inherently adapt to also having that skill just through, you know,
osmosis.
Rupert Sheldrake calls it the morphogenic field, right? This kind of field of information that connects all living things. And I think that is something we have to consider, that if so many people start learning about the truth and start learning about these spiritual and consciousness and conspiracy even ideas and thoughts, then we can quite literally elevate the frequency of mankind's global consciousness to a better place.
Wow, I love that. But dude, the collective consciousness, the 100 monkeys, though, is already working in reverse. You know what I mean? They already have it.
They're trying to work it in reverse with the media, but obviously that's not flying anymore because so many people are turning to guys like you for media instead of the freaking ABC Don Lemon losers, you know?
Well, yeah, no, you're right, but it's like, you know, society is so brainwashed. I mean, I'm not trying to sound, listen, I'm actually positive. I love to get on here. I'm just saying, when I think of the collective consciousness of society, I was reading something today, in that A&W hamburgers, when they were almost as big as McDonald's around the same time, McDonald's was famous for the quarter pounder burger. So what A&W burgers did to compete is they made a third pounder, which is more meat, than the quarter pounder. And actually more Americans in product testing thought the quarter pounder was more meat than the third pounder. So they sold less hamburgers. People thought they were getting, so I'm saying that was a collective society, didn't realize a third was more than a quarter. So we're dealing with people that are so stupid they can't even understand a basic fundamental fraction.
That study is statistically expanded, right? So they take a small group of people and then they say, okay, well, statistically this means this percentage of people is that stupid.
I agree that majority of people think that, though. I think it's even worse than that. I think it's even stupid.
Here's the problem with the bullshit articles and the bullshit statistics is they're always made by these nerds who hate the world because they never got laid in high school, and they go to these podunk towns where people are stupid, and then they try to extrapolate that on the rest of us. And the truth is the internet is changing that, and all these bullshit articles and statistics, it's just these newspapers running out of things because things are moving at a lightning pace, so they can only either regurgitate the same story or come up with some exaggeration of the truth. Exaggeration is the word I was really looking for there. But yeah, exaggeration of the truth is what you're talking about with that kind of statistic. I don't buy into those. I don't think statistics are possible, because have you ever gotten a poll? Has someone ever come up to you and said, hey, can you take
I've
this
done
poll?
a bunch of surveys, yes, because I've been paid to do them. Yeah, when I was broke in LA, I've done a bunch of surveys and I've done taste testing.
Yeah, people in LA do shit like that.
Yeah.
that's about it, Alex. Okay,
Yeah.
so
people in LA do shit like that, and like DC and certain hubs, like in Las Vegas, they have testing centers.
So it's you're concentrating. I mean, you're never gonna get.
Yeah, I know it's not necessarily accurate, but I do think the collective consciousness of society is pretty dumb, dude. Because I'm not very smart,
I think
and
that's just what they want us to see. I think overwhelmingly people, especially when you travel around the world, you find that people are way more tuned in than you think, especially in other countries. I think maybe in America, where media is so
This woman's tuned in here. I want to watch her real quick.
Yeah, all right, you got this queued up.
I learned my English from Alex He's so smart.
You picked this woman to make this video?
No.
I speak well, but
Is this your
I
girlfriend?
learned from
This is
him.
my wife.
He is a true ninja.
Oh, wow, you
Alex
know martial arts
is
too?
my favorite ninjas in America. I
Yes,
love
favorite.
American Ninja.
Let's do that.
Alex Stan is a beautiful ninja.
Oh, wow.
And look what he's just carrying my hole.
Man, that was dope!
Beverly Hills Ninja.
She gets it. She gets the international flair. Yeah, that's from Fiverr.com. Okay, so what were you saying though? What were you saying, doggy dog, Mark dog?
Oh, I love that, dude. Who'd you pay to make that? That's a good.
Well, I
video.
did all the editing. I just had a woman in Malaysia talk in front of a green screen.
Oh, wow. All right. Do you just buy someone like that on Fiverr or something?
It's $5. Yeah, I only usually do the $5 people because they're the funniest.
Wow. See, maybe we'll integrate some of that into the My Family Thinks I'm Crazy podcast. I'm learning a lot from you, Alex. I didn't know about Restream.io until I started watching your videos. So
Yeah, here, look at it. Here, I'll show you what we're restreaming to. See how this? Let me make you smile.
do you use OBS or do you just go
I
through
use Streamlabs. Here, I'll show you the software. I mean, I gotta share that screen, but here, I'll put it on.
I wanna
This is my streaming software. You can see it. Everybody can see it. You see this? Wow. Everybody can see it at home. Look, this is it, guys. This is the streaming software. This is him. It's the
Come on, Alex. Come on. Put the curtain back up. You don't want to show your secrets.
I know. Hold on, but I'm showing this. So this is a restream. I streamed to all these places, but like I have like a strike on this channel. I have 2 strikes on Conspiracy Castle 2.0, so I'm not streaming there. But Periscope, we're live on Twitch. One person on Twitch. We love you. That one dude on Twitch. You're the real MVP. 122 on YouTube, 0 on Facebook. I get Facebook. I'm so shy. I used to have watchers on Facebook. It doesn't even show up in people's feed.
What about VK? You don't have any Russian or Eastern European people?
I was VK, but then I stopped because it was so annoying. I guess I'm still doing it right now, but nobody ever watches. Sometimes it gets disconnected, and it's a pain to reconnect it. I got a bunch of backup channels, and then my regular Facebook, nobody's watching. Oh, Instagram, I forgot to turn on Instagram. Let me turn it on.
Here's the thing, though. This is all changing. People on YouTube right now, you're using a dying platform. So pretty soon in the next year or two, there's going to be a new, cooler app and a new, cooler website, and maybe Rockfin will do live stream, but I'm not going to endorse Rockfin. I'm not on Rockfin, so. But either way.
Yeah, what's the deal with Rockfin? Because the guy didn't really like me that much.
Well, it's just the thing is they're trying to curate certain content, and they want people, to make exclusive videos for their platform, which is cool. But you get paid in crypto and all that, so. It's good for some people. Like I said, I'm not on it, so I can't talk about it. But I think you're going to see more things like that happen. Rockfin might not be the one, but there's definitely going to be competitors to YouTube that pop up, because the video streaming technology on the back end is going to become much more freely available. They're going to write open source. It's going to come out more like an RSS does, instead of the way YouTube does it, where they host your video for you.
It'll be you host it, and then everybody will be able to share your version.
And, you know, when you say you host it, it's not even that. It's just like
it'll be hosted at one location and shared.
You're sharing the location, and the hosting is going to be more complicated than that.
Well, you can choose your own host. Hopefully, that'll be in the future. There'll be in multiple platforms that can host it. I mean, it should be like an RSS feed where you can just everybody get the video like that on your phone. But people like the live chat, so how are you going to aggregate everybody to watch it live?
I think they are implementing stuff like that. That is the point. It's like they're not going to forget those features that make YouTube so popular.
Rep Matt Gates' sleazy sex game included a Harry Potter challenge where lawmakers earned extra points for sleeping with married lawmakers, virgins, and in sorority houses. Gates allegedly took part. Okay, this isn't the one. I want to read the one where he says okay, yeah, this is the one where his friend is getting arrested. What do you think about this app? They're all talking about Matt Gates sleeping with a 17-year-old, and yet there's all like, why isn't Matt Gates screaming? You know how I know he's guilty? Because if he wasn't guilty, he should be deflecting to all those other pedophiles. But instead, he's like running cover for himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's strange, man. I don't know who that guy is, but he has a...
You don't know who Matt Gates is, dog? He's always on fucking annoying ass Tucker and shit like that.
Yeah, no, I don't watch television. I just listen to podcasts and do my research, dog.
Representative Matt Gates played a sleazy sex game included a Harry Potter challenge where players earned extra points for sleeping with married lawmakers, virgins, and in sorority houses, according to a report. The congressman who's
all of these politicians are doing stuff like this because you can't play ball unless you have some dirt on you. I mean, that's how they get to that level, is they do things that are sleazy. They go to sleazy parties. They're sleazy people. They break the law because they think they're important and they think that they're privileged and they think that they're special, and they're not. They're scumbags. They're the worst of us. And I think that they're people, so they should be, you know, treated humanely.
Looks scary. Look right here.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking advantage of a sick system. So I think it's, you know, they're just a symptom of our sick, unhealthy political system, really, and the media as well, because there are laws that allow corporations to basically control the interests of these politicians. And now it's gotten to the point where it's not just corporations, it's huge interests like the Rockefellers and so on. So, and even bigger families than that people don't even know the names of because they're so secretive, but they all go to the Bilderberg group coincidentally. So, but yeah, I mean, I honestly, I don't care about any group of politicians. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat or any of the above. So this is interesting.
Either am I. I consider myself even more liberal than conservative, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really anti-government spending money on shit. They're going to tax us anyway, so I'm not like some like fiscal conservative. Oh, we should save all the money. I mean, but at the same time, I don't want guys to be able to compete against girls because they transitioned their sex. You know what I mean? Like, there are some places. I also don't think we should be able to have abortions. Like, there should be a limit to an age. Let's maybe not cancel abortion, even though I don't think that's great. But let's put a limit on it. These guys are having abortion until after the baby's out. I mean, give me a break. Like, I'm saying I'm trying to have some leeway and be in the middle. And that's the thing, is I think we're to this identity politics in the future is nobody can meet in the middle. It sucks. Nobody can make, just, I guess, exceptions for the rules. Like, everybody has their hard, staunch, fake rules and political correctness that they abide by. And if the other person doesn't, then they're a Nazi.
Yeah. Well, that's the political landscape that's being shaped by these global interests who want to potentially turn us into, brainwashed, vaccinated zombies, literally. I mean, yeah, it's disturbing the things that are potentially in our future. But I think, like I said earlier, we do have hope, and we should be hopeful. And instead of being afraid of what's to come, we should look for the solutions. And I think some of the solutions is getting more involved with your local politics so that you can make your interests a reality. Like you said, if you care about those issues, whether you want, one of those things to be legal or not, then you should go out and participate. I mean, I know you go to your mayoral Zoom meeting, right? You go to
every month that I can.
And so much so that the mayor recognized you, which I thought was hilarious. But yeah, I mean, that's what it's going to take, is people standing in the face of these people and showing the hypocrisy to others, because it's going to inspire real people to run for office and break that cycle. I think it's possible. I don't think they can assassinate us all. And I think actually with the possibility of live streaming 365, 24/7, we might see, like, in the future, like, these politicians, like, if you want to run for office, you got to wear a camera and be live streaming your whole life. Like, what if that was a reality? Like,
that's what the future. I've already thought about it, dude. That's what the next show is going to be. Owl TV. I'm going to be the first one that does it. It's going to be like the True Man show. We just need to be live streamed 24/7, like Big Brother.
There's no shady stuff. It's the truth. People could watch you be a politician. But
you get to go to, like, the bathroom. There had to be certain instances where you could, like, have to turn off the camera, but you'd have to have it on like 99%, because you'd want to be able to shit in peace. You know what I mean? Turn off the stream to shit and shower. There'd be a couple of times where you'd have to be respectful, even for the 24 hours. You'd have the camera on the bathroom or something, but you wouldn't want to show their junk. You wouldn't show them.
Well, I think you can do it in a way where, like, the bathroom was
you film something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But know that nobody's entering the bathroom and talking to you, but, like, you're in the stall and your privacy is, like, there. Because
even us as a viewer, we don't want to watch this dude crap. I mean, some people would love to watch a person crap, but you know what I mean? The majority of people don't
want to entertain that, Alex. Come
on. I'll entertain
a
lot of shit that most people won't. That's what's different about me. That's what makes me
I know you don't wear pants when you're doing this show, but I do, so.
I never have worn pants. I never will. I got calves. I got to get on my diet. I got to get on my... Let me read this article. It's actually some pretty damning evidence.
Please go for it.
Gates said he and his father, former Florida State Senator Don Gates, were working with the FBI in a simultaneous investigation, with Don backing up his son's claims Wednesday that he wore a wire to try to expose McGee's apparent plot. McGee denied he was extorting Gates and said he had no involvement in the Department of Justice sex trafficking probe into Gates, other than being one of 1,000 people who have heard rumors about the congressman's alleged actions with underage girls. On Wednesday, Gates released bombshell text message screenshots and email and a printout purporting to show an alleged extortion plot. The documents, which were shared with the Washington Examiner, claimed to show the congressman was being extorted by McGee and former Air Force intelligence officer Bob Kent in a ploy to help rescue American hostage Robert Levinson from Iran. According to the documents, Gates had been seen in compromising photos having sex with underage prostitutes. A grand jury had heard testimony from at least one underage girl who said she was paid to have sex with him, and Gates was about to be indicted on charges. Wow. The alleged extorters claimed they could stop the probe if the Gates family put up $25 million, which would help secure Levinson's release. Levinson worked for the FBI for 22 years, then vanished in 2007 while in Iran. Nothing was known as to whether he was alive or dead until 2011, when Levinson's family shared images and a video of him being held captive and pleading for help. Levinson's family said in March 2020 that they had been informed by U.S. officials that he had died in Iranian custody while being held in Iran as the longest held hostage in American history. Blah, blah, blah. But the documents claim he's very much alive and that if Gates provided the money to release him, he would be given public credit for the operation, and the team would tell President Biden to give him a pardon in the sex trafficking case, according to the documents shared by Gates. That sounds like all bullshit, but McGee used to work at the Department of Justice, but now works in private practice and is the Levinson family's lawyer. Ken has claimed in the past that he's worked on the plans to secure Levinson's release. Well, I want to talk about this guy, his partner. This is it. Okay. New details about the Department of Justice sex trafficking probe surfaced in a bombshell report by the New York Times Thursday night. The report revealed Gates had allegedly paid women via Apple Pay for ecstasy-fueled sex at Florida hotels after being introduced to them by former tax collector Joel Greenberg. Multiple women reportedly told Department of Justice investigator Gates would tell them a time and place to meet and how much he was willing to pay them for sex. They would then meet in hotels in Florida where the lawmaker and staunch Trump ally would sometimes take ecstasy before they had sex, the woman said. The Department of Justice investigation is also reportedly looking into whether one of the women involved with Gates was 17 at the time, whether he paid her or gave her gifts to have sex with him. Wow, dude. And so look at this. Let me read this last thing. Gates was reportedly first introduced to the women through his close ally Greenberg, the former tax collector of Seminole County, who investigators believe met the women through sugar daddy websites. Greenberg is currently in jail awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges related to a minor aged between 14 and 17 across a 6-month period in 2017. Sources said the minor is the same 17-year-old girl at the center of Gates' sex trafficking probe, and Department of Justice is investigating whether other men connected to the two men also had sex with the child. Wow. Okay, we'll go back to you. What do you think about that, Mark? I like the when to eat on air. I'm about to go get some cookies. I know that was a lot of reading, but what do you think? This is all fake? Like, shouldn't he be calling out all the hypocrisy? These people are like sleeping with children too. I mean, shouldn't he? Obviously, they all sleep with children, right? Right, left. I know you just said that, but isn't that just majorly obvious now?
Yeah, no, thanks for giving me the opportunity to eat some pizza on the Conspiracy Castle. I feel right at home.
Yeah, I encourage it. I know I'm long-winded. I like to read these articles. I feel like
I think anytime, this stuff comes out, there's always a political motive. So, yeah, but like I said, they all have dirty things that they're doing. I think there's maybe some exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, if you want to play ball in that game, you got to have blackmail on you. So, and now that the Democrats are in office, you'll probably see the Republicans get blamed for the Q movement and all these other things. There's some documentary that I saw
on HBO, Q Into the Storm. I haven't watched it yet.
I only watched the 3rd episode, so I don't really have a very intelligent opinion on it. But from what I saw, it just seems like they're trying to blame it all on these 8chan people, which, I mean, maybe, but still, I think if anything, it was a government psyop, and
And Trump encouraged it for sure.
Who knows, man? I mean, I don't really want to ever root for a politician unless they're truly honest. It's hard to tell. I thought for some time that Trump had good intentions. Maybe he did, and he just got voted out because of this corrupt election with the fraudulent votes. But
hey, well, we can't say that because they'll say anything like that is that's you get a strike for that. So everything with the election was correct. Everything was totally perfect. Everything was correct with the election, and Joe Biden is the rightful president. We love you, Joe Biden. Thank you, Joe Biden. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are the rightful winners, and they're the champions of the United States. And I will love you, Kamala, and I love you, Rachel Levine. Rachel Levine, you're my favorite. We don't have a country without Rachel Levine's hard work. What she does for this country is just I can't even speak in words. What she does in benefits for this country is indescribable. Okay, back to what we're saying. Prince and Harry. Let's read this real quick. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were in talks with a $1.3 billion backed U.S. company a year before they stepped down as senior royals, it was reported last night. Prince Harry, 36, and Meghan, 39, are said to have had multiple meetings with the Quibi, a now defunct video streaming service, from early 2019 until after they quit as working royals last January. Prince Harry returned from landmark Sandringham Summit to meet executives from an American company in London, but the thing is, he told... this is what it is. Harry told Oprah the Netflix and Spotify deals was never part of the plan. We didn't have a plan. That was suggested. Well, whatever. I'm just saying they lied. Let's read the thing. Prince Harry, 36, met with executives at failed streaming platform Quibi. Sources claim plans were made for 10-minute videos featuring the Duke. The Duke of Suffolk held this meeting with the platform in January 2020. During an interview with Oprah Winfrey, he claimed no plans were made. So they're just all liars. Everybody's a liar, dude. Prince Harry, they killed his mom. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, bro. It's all a lie. They're all scam artists, these people. The politicians, the rulers of humanity, they're all just operating with handshakes and snakes, like we said before.
What do you think about this? Georgia restaurant calls the cops on dinner party of 25 people after they refused to split the check to their $2,200 bill into separate checks. Video shared by a woman named Key showed the awkward exchange unfold as the group celebrated her sister, Quandresha Brinkley's. The dinner was held at the Louisiana Bistro Seafood Kitchen in East Point, Georgia.
See,
on
but
March 10th.
that headline is disingenuous because why did they not want to split the check like that? I mean,
Let's watch.
Why would they not let if somebody? It doesn't talk about whether they wanted to pay it or not. Like what
Let's
if
see. He said that Brinkley had made the reservation beforehand and talked to the staff at the restaurant about the bill. A lot of the older attendees didn't have Cash App, so they needed to use cash. Since there are no ATMs in the restaurant, Key said guests are forced to walk to a nearby hotel in order to withdraw cash. Okay, that's kind of annoying that these people are like blaming the restaurant for not having an ATM. I mean, they're going to a big party. They could have maybe had cash, but okay. It was then that several people chose to ditch the party and not pay for their food at all, forcing Brinkley to pay a lot of the bill out of her own pocket. Wow. You know, that always happens at a birthday party. That always happens with a group bill. And it got so bad. Like this, watch. Of course, a fucking commercial. Restaurant calls cops on group of 25 who all wanted separate checks. This poor girl.
That's a big bill. That's like, isn't that like grand theft if you steal something over $1,000?
Yeah, but I mean, can 1,000? I mean, if
Louisiana Bistro for my sister's birthday. With over 25 guests that came and they tried to put everybody's food on one.
Okay.
My sister wanted them to
My sister, what is that?
do everybody food separate, so they called the police and got confusing.
Look at the police, he keep laughing. He laughing at everything. But let me just ask you something.
We talked about, I did take that off of the check. I cannot split up at this time.
What do you think about that? Are they right? I mean, should they have to split up the check 25 times, Mark?
Yeah, I think they should split it up 25 times evenly, and then each person should have to pay the
No shit. Why wouldn't the restaurant just do that? I mean, because I don't know why they wouldn't do that. It doesn't make any sense. It's not like they got a tip this way doing all like this. I mean, if they're worried about like getting a bigger tip or something. This is the woman. She looks actually nice. Key picture told DailyMail.com that Brinkley had made reservation beforehand. Y'all know we're going to do 25 different separate tickets. Why are y'all tripping so hard?
Yeah, I've been there, sometimes.
I've been there. I'm still there, sadly.
What does that mean? You're splitting a bill right now? Do you have food at the table? You and us?
No, but I go to a birthday party. I'm not like, oh, it's all drinks on me, dog. I hate going to group birthday parties. When they tell me there's a group, I mean, I haven't been invited since COVID. I don't get invited a lot of places. I have a very toxic personality. But when people do invite me to birthday parties and they're like, oh, come eat at the table, it's going to be a group party, I dread the group check. Dread it. I put my credit card, I'm like shaking. Here, I have Skyburst card. I put it in there like, because even if at the party everybody's drinking champagne, I'm drinking a Budweiser. I don't drink anymore, but I'm saying at those things, the kamikaze bombs, blah, Jaeger bombs, Rumble Mints. Not me, dog. Not me, because I'm not trying to raise the collective consciousness of society. I'm not trying to raise the collective consciousness of this bill, my guy. I'm telling you, dog. So I'm keeping my shit low. Like, I'm ordering shit, small ass shit. People are getting appetizers that I didn't approve of. They're getting Southwest egg rolls. I love Southwest egg rolls. By the time I get access to the Southwest egg roll, they're picked apart. It's not even Southwest. It's a Northwest nothing roll. It's not a Southwest egg roll. Because from Southwest egg roll, it's a Southwest bullshit. So I don't like group birthday parties. So if you're thinking about inviting me to your group birthday party and you're going to split the check, don't bother.
Don't bother. All right. Well, that's noted. Personally, I can't remember the last time I went to a party like that, where I had to split the check and the group was that big. No, I don't know. Maybe I like smaller groups.
Yeah, but even in a small group, you've never been in a group of like 7 or 8 or 10 people and everybody's ordering bottles of champagne.
Last time I went to dinner like that, it was all paid for by the host, It's like a family member paid for it all.
Hunter Biden tells how he found his grieving sister-in-law alluring and claims he doesn't recall having sex with a stripper who ended up having his child months before meeting his current wife who saved his life in new memoir. Hunter Biden describes falling in love with his grieving sister-in-law after his brother Bo's death in his new memoir, Beautiful Things. The president's youngest son reveals he was enchanted by Haley Biden's flashing Cheshire's cat smile and found her alluring and hypnotic. Hunter's controversial relationship with his brother, a widow, became public in 2017, shortly after he separated from ex-wife Kathleen. He writes how he was driven into Haley's arms after Bo's death in 2015, which also led him to consider suicide. The 51-year-old only briefly mentions the other significant woman in his life, London Roberts, a former stripper with whom he had a love child with in 2018. I had no recollection of our encounter. That's how little connection I had with anyone. I was a mess, but a mess I've taken responsibility for. No, he hasn't. His own dad, it won't even admit that it's his grandchild. So it's just a fucking liar. Do you get mad when I start reading? You're looking down. I know it's annoying. Should we take calls? Oh, Friday night. We've already been, we've been live for an hour and 19 minutes. Did you know that?
No, I'm not mad. I was going to get a sound effect to go with your story. I was going to play this one.
That sounds about right. Where is that?
Yeah, I think we should get some more people in here. That could be fun, but I can't stay for that much longer. I'm going to have to.
What do you mean? You've only been on for an hour and 20 minutes. You got to stay for 40 more minutes. You had to end 2 hours.
I can do that. Yeah, I can do that, but that's what I'm saying now.
I'm not going to be on that late tonight. We got to do a quick kind of show tonight. I have this show tomorrow afternoon. I'm interviewing this Chauncey guy who's like, he's been inside.
I'm on East Coast time, baby.
I know you're late. Yeah, I know. You're at 1 a.m. I know, but we'll take a call or two. Okay. Let's see. Oh, shit. I didn't put the show link. I just typed show link. Always mess up. It's Skybear's on the keyboard. Show link. So I didn't hit
Skybear.
I didn't hit the control V right. I just hit enter.
Get Skybear on the camera for the people.
He's like right here. His tail. You can see his tail. Look, he's lying on the keyboard. Oh, there's a way I was going to do this. What did I have? This is how I
purpose together, Alex. Come on, chop.
Watch this. Watch what I can do.
Where's Tommy at? Shout out to Tommy.
I love Tommy. Watch this. Wait, watch this. Watch this. Is this the right camera?
Yo, Alex.
Wow, look at this.
Yo,
now,
Alex, your show. Whoa, what's that?
That's Skybear.
Oh, wow.
See, that's my screen. That's my setup. That's Skybear. See how it's hard to type? He could be anywhere in the world.
Wow. Anywhere in the world, and he goes right there. Oh, my goodness. That's like my grandmother's cat, Cinnamon.
Yeah, he's a lot like Cinnamon, actually. He acts just like Cinnamon. He's spicy.
Yeah. No, my grandma's cat, Cinnamon, does the same thing to me, dude.
Skybear. It's kind of cool. I got this cheap webcam. I was like, I need a webcam in case people ask, like, you can show Skybear. I'm like, look, there's Skybear.
Wow. What else you got on your desk? How come you don't have any, like, weed, any blunts, dude? You're not getting high. You're not smoking weed.
No, dude. This is a work zone, dog. It's a Conspiracy Castle. Powerade, freaking hydration, Conspiracy Castle mug.
All right. I'm sorry. I forgot. You're a sober dude. You're into that sober life.
Well, I'm a California sober. Demi Lovato calls it California sober if you smoke weed. Look, I got all the thing. I got all my audio. Do I sound nice? I'm talking far from the mic, but what in the chat?
No, you sound great, dude. Your primetime Stein 99, but I will say my producer thought your audio was a little bad the last time.
That was a different microphone. I got a new microphone since then.
We got to have you back on because that was a popular episode. A lot of people like that episode.
We got to go back on. I'll go back on for sure. My microphone's better now. I got the Shure SM7B microphone like Rogan's got.
Wow, yeah. Big time. How does my mic sound? Am I
it sounds nice. Yours actually sounds good. Are you in headphones? What are you using? The computer? What the fuck is it?
No, I got my Samson
plug-in USB mic. It sounds nice. Yeah, it sounds nice.
Good. It goes right on the top of the laptop. It works, it does the job. It was only $40.
It sounds good, actually. It sounds good. But see, I sit far away from my computer and shit, and I got to talk into the fucking mic. But look at this fucking cat, this fat cat. Everybody's talking about it. I mean,
she's beautiful. Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy. You want to see?
Oh, he's handsome.
He is. Look at him stretching. He lets you have all full access. This is full trust. A lot of you guys don't have a cat that'll give you full access and trust like this.
That's what my cat Cinnamon does, dude. I'm telling you, bro. We got our familiars.
Look at this. This is pure trust.
See, though, when I say that word familiar, though, your Christian followers might think I'm like talking about demons and stuff.
Oh shit, Coco Bomb Kin. I didn't even realize Coco Bomb Kin. Hold on, Kin. Hold on. Let me just stop share. Coco Bomb Kin, my man, Black Pill Podcast.
Oh, hold on. I gotta mute you real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Yes, the Coco Bomb himself.
What is up? Yo.
Dude.
Okay, so I was just talking about you earlier, Mark. Do you remember how I was saying a great new podcast or new? I mean, they've been around for a while, but it's Black Pill podcast, Black Pill Radio, and I was just talking about you, Ken. This is Ken. He's one half of it. Him and Shane are badass, and they've interviewed everybody, dude. They've really been crushing it with their interviews. I really enjoyed their podcast. Well, what's happening, dude? What's going on, Ken?
Dude, not shit. Just cutting up a bunch of clips, getting them ready for Instagram. I'm cutting up some with you because we had an awesome time. And honestly, I just wanted to call and let you know, great microphone, man. You're copying my style and everything, dude.
And that's why it's funny. It's kismet because, Mark, I got the SM7B because listen, Ken and fucking Shane had the fucking badass SM7Bs, and I had this bitch-ass Rode USB mic. And I was like, I got to get the USB the XLR. I got to get it right. And so you were my inspiration to stop being a bitch-ass. And it sounds a lot better. And you sound great, by the way.
I always sound great.
Hey, I'm just saying you do. Your audio is coming in clear. I can tell it's a lot different than Mark's. Like you actually have bass and a little. Mark's is good. But it's not the SM7B good. I mean, let's be real.
I'm not coming to step on toes, man. What's up, Mark?
You are okay. You got to meet Mark though. Okay, so
Alex's fault. It's Alex's fault. I don't know. No. I know what you're about to say, Alex. But yeah.
Why? Because listen, you have to be nice to Mark, because to potentially.
No. I know what you're about to say. Don't say that.
Yeah, potentially.
You don't have to be nice to me. You could just treat me like any other podcaster.
Why would I do that? Though, why would I lie? I'm not. That's not what I do. I'd peel back the curtain, Mark. What I do is I am the one that reveals the motherfucking truth. And Mark's the gatekeeper to Sam Tripoli's Tinfoil Hat podcast. So if you ever want to get on Tinfoil, you have to suck this guy's dick. So, and man, it's weird. It's weird. Yes, you have to do it digitally.
Mark,
it's weird.
Sam Tripoli picks. Actually, that I'm glad you give me the opportunity to clear this up, because Sam has the final say on who gets to go on Tinfoil Hat. So I actually don't pick who gets to go on Tinfoil Hat. I just have the opportunity of.
Well, Mark.
So did he approve me? Did you pitch me and he approved 99?
We'll see. You're on the Patreon. I can put you on the Patreon. That's.
Is that different? I thought it's Tinfoil Hat Patreon though, right? I'm a member of it.
Yeah, well,
it doesn't air.
I could book you on his main show or his real show, his Patreon show, or his the main Tinfoil Hat podcast.
Well, we just locked in. We just locked in May.
Well, you locked in. You're on Tinfoil Hat in May?
Yeah, we just actually locked in today. Actually.
Wait, what? Have we emailed each other?
No, Shane was emailing him today from.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I talked to Shane. All right.
Oh, so you're the one. All right, dude. What's up, man? Yeah,
so you got them in May and not even Primetime 99. You don't even know who they are. I'm connecting the dots.
They're
much more professional than I am, but they don't smoke as good a weed as I do. That's their problem.
Oh shit! I just put my blunt out. That's why I had to come out.
Yeah, but it has they do too much pesticides, because mine is more Latina bred. The Hispanics don't want to waste the money on the Monsanto drugs. They know about it. So you're smoking Canada weed. Canada weed is grown by liberals, so they put lots of pesticides.
Gets me high.
I know, it does get you high. It does get you high. I'm just kidding. You smoke good weed. It's not a competition. Everybody in the chat's probably freaking out. Okay. So you're editing the clip. Speaking of it, let's go to Instagram. Let's watch one of those clips right now. Oh, Sky Bear's literally on the keyboard. I was just showing that. Let me go here. So what's going on?
We just had Bruce Fenton on, so we were cutting up a whole bunch to put out, because that dude's just crazy awesome, man.
You know who I'm having on Sunday? Human Vibrations coming on the show Sunday.
Ooh,
I know.
I love her, man. She's awesome.
She is awesome, but the thing is, I gotta go listen to her stuff, because like the stuff that I was obsessed with is the John Benet Ramsey, how none of the pageants were real. So you tell me, you've had her on. You tell me about her. What is she like?
Well, dude, if you want to get into that, like, dude, because the JonBenet Ramsey kind of like morphs into like her color theories and stuff like that. How like pink's not a real color, it's like this artificial color sort of thing. So it goes into that, and it's how it's a lot of things with deception. Like you see Ghislaine Maxwell always wearing purple, JonBenet Ramsey always had pink and purple always the same. So she's saying like a lot of this is like CGI shit.
That's woo woo. That's very woo woo. So we call that. You know, it's pretty.
Dude,
out
I'm
there.
saying, well, it's me explaining it. She gets a little
I
deeper
know.
than
Well,
just
I'm not hating.
my stuff.
I'm not
Yes.
hating. I'm just saying we're talking about colors and energies, and I'm all about that, the vibrational energy. I'm just saying you get into the woo woo. You know, it's a spiritual talk. It's like you have to have an open mind. That's the problem. Is people ever has closed mind, like, oh, that sounds stupid. Did you know that, to what I said earlier, the reason why society is collectively dumb, they did a survey asking people which they thought was the bigger hamburger, the quarter pounder or the third pounder, and more people thought the quarter pounder at McDonald's was bigger than the third pounder. They thought 25% was more than 33%. So I'm just saying that was a survey done with hamburgers. They had a hamburger that was a third pounder and then a hamburger that was a quarter pounder, and they said which one is bigger, and more people said the one that said 1/4. So I just think collectively society is pretty stupido, if you don't mind me asking. What do you think about that?
Well, of course, not. I don't want to say majority of people are stupid. I think majority of people are just gullible and they're trusting, and I think that they're just willing to believe what's put in front of them.
See,
and
I
they
would
just
say
don't think twice.
No, I want to hear what you say. I would say the majority of people are stupid, dude. The majority of people are fighting. What about this? Okay. You don't think the majority of people, and I also want to get Mark's a question because I cut you off, but what about the majority of people that are fighting for toilet paper at Walmart? Like, is that brainwash? I mean, you could say they're brainwashed, but like, why take it to the carnal instinct of punching somebody in the mouth over wiping your ass?
Yeah, it's because they are that convinced, like, that what they're doing, like, this is the last straw. Like, that's what... Dude, they put it on TV. It was like Armageddon, dude. This is the last shit ticket you'll ever have. Grab it now and run. And they were punching people for it. It was just silly shit. But again, it's not that they're stupid. I think they do stupid things because they're almost told to, and they just go along with the flow and don't think.
I see it as like society is sick. So people are just acting through the lanes that society has carved out for them. I mean, the materialism that pervades our, it's commercialism that people are fighting for those things. And then they're so, indoctrinated in it. After a couple decades, they get this nostalgic feeling. They start associating their childhood with all these things that, are really not good for them, and then it becomes something that they pass down to their children and then their children, and then we're the byproduct of that cycle. I mean, it's just, it doesn't take much of a look at history to see that commercialism has had a pretty big effect on us, and now I think that's escalated even more, because if you consider that, this electronic field that we're creating with all of our devices might have some kind of psychological effect on us, then it's quite possible that not only are we being literally brainwashed through our media, but physically bombarded with energy that is, degrading our mental capacities and pushing us towards more maybe primal behavior. But I personally don't believe that primal is the right term, but it's what makes sense to you guys, right? Like primal, it has all these associations, but really what it is like being kind of thinking from your ego, thinking from your lowest values, thinking from,
low frequency survival. Shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Low frequency. And I think once everybody adapts this low frequency culture, they don't A, reflect on it. They don't B, look for anything to go outside of that, and they even laugh in the face at anybody that tells them that they're wrong for believing and loving what they do. And that's what you see. I mean, that's why I don't watch sports. That's why I don't watch television. That's why I don't listen to the radio's top 40 music, because I understand that it's programming, and the less I engage with that, the more I can be free and actually have control over my vibration, So I think that's really what you're seeing with, because that type of stuff isn't affecting us three. We're not going to go to a store and punch anybody in the face. And
I don't know. No, I disagree. I want to say this. I feel a lot of times like the monkey in the cage that shits in its hand and throws it against the glass. That's what I feel like. You're saying primal, primate. I hate to say that, but I'm saying I think that's what they do is like subconsciously they almost break us down to a primate because they want to make you feel like you evolved from pond scum. They want to make you feel like, you're just this animal, you don't have a soul. Like even some Christians say animals don't have a soul. I mean, not everybody, but I'm telling you that primal manipulation, whatever you want to call it, is real, dude. They want to make you think that you evolved from a monkey, and that's what it does. Is having that mindset is the same like kill or be killed. I'm surviving. That's why I got to fight for this toilet paper. So I mean, it looks like kids.
Well, think about it. They break it down to fight or flight. There's no thinking in there. So it's either you're gonna go run or you're gonna go fight for the toilet paper. You know what I mean? There's no in between there. It's fear and love. They just break that shit down, dude.
You're 100% correct. The fight or flight response is what they want through the trauma-based mind control. It's like we're on repeat. It's so fucking annoying though that other people can't see it. It's what bugs me. And that's what I'm saying. It goes back to the hamburger problem, the third pound versus quarter pound problem.
Do you think history is cyclical though? Do you think like we're going through the same events every 150 or 100 years? Because I mean, if you look at like the plagues happen every 100 years, and I don't think that that's, subject to chance. I think that's manipulated. I think there's definitely an ebb and flow, but I think that there's also a certain hidden hand that creates these situations and events. But there is some theories that say that history's cyclical and we're not actually on a linear timeline. Things kind of happen based on like, and I actually, now that I'm elaborating, I think I actually believe this more than I first thought, but the idea that like the stars and the planets and the cosmos, whatever they are, whether we can reach them or not, that's not a part of this. The fact is that they're influencing us somehow, and maybe as we turn through this cosmos, whether you believe that we're going around the sun or the sun's going around us, Alex, I know you believe that, but I think that it's very possible that as that shifts, just like we see the wheel of the zodiac change, there are things that shift in the sky. Go ahead. Yes. So maybe these events that we see pass through history are associated with these kind of in a microcosm macrocosm kind of way. So every 1920s 2020s we go through this kind of weird depression or plague that leads to a depression, and I hope that it doesn't lead to wars, because look what happened in the 40s and 50s and 60s. There was World War I, II, and then Vietnam. I mean, World War I was obviously around the 1920s and so. But
well, speaking of that, I want to say I don't believe a lot of history, dude. I don't even know what the fuck happened.
I mean, here's the thing. Like we do have, like you said, when you're on my show, the My Family Thinks I'm Crazy podcast, go to myfamilythinksimcrazy.com for anyone who doesn't know. We only know from what we have pictures of, right? That's what you said on
1829, roughly around. So is when we got the
at least we have that, right? But I think there are certain historians who are worth a certain amount of credibility. So I don't think all history is to be forsaken, but I think that there's definitely a lot of revision that has to be taken into account. There's a lot of people that have revised history for their political agenda. So yeah, Alex, I don't know.
I'm a revisionist myself. I revise 9/11 every day. A different, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like the way I felt, like the revisionist history, what I'm saying, is impossible not to have.
What do you think about Tartaria and all that? I mean, that's kind of like...
that's so awesome, dude. The mud floods.
Go ahead. Tartaria. Yeah, what do you think? I'd like to get your opinion on it. Give us a kin bomb, a cocoa bomb.
On what, on Tartaria?
Yeah, Tartaria. Or what age of the Earth? Because I vibe. There had to be some sort of technology we don't know about.
Well, I wanted to get on when you were saying the cyclical. Like, the more I talk to people, like I talked to Micah Dank about basically the astrotheology in the Bible. It's a sky clock. Things are cyclical. And you start talking with people like in gematria, like Marty Leeds and this one guy on Twitter, Brother Berg, we talked to. Like, things like are there. The numbers it's not a mistake. You know what I mean? I think certain events, I think there's things with humans that are manipulated. But then I think there's also like earthly cyclical things that manipulate humans in a way too, though. Because
real quick, have you heard about the
energy thing.
Fibonacci sequence though? What do you think about the? Yeah. I'm just saying that's in all numbers. Go ahead. I just want to say I think that's all.
Well, and
numbers.
that's the other thing too. Like we just talked to someone. It's like numbers is the universal language, almost the language of the creators. So it's like they leave their fingerprint and messages all over the place, and it's like you can ignore it or you can see it for what it is. But again, not everything has this like crazy meaning, like, oh, there's 33 here, 33 there. Oh, that means it's almost like a number is just a word. It's like you saying, oh, I saw the over there and the over there. That means they're connected. No, it doesn't work like that.
What you're saying about numbers being words is more true. I mean, each number or each letter in the alphabet has a numerical value for a reason. There is actually 26 letters for a reason. 26 divided by 13 or by 2 is 13, right? So the A through M, and then you have N through Z. And if you put those on top of each other, A and then N to Z, right? A to M and then N to Z, you get like this code that people have used for different ciphers. But yeah, it goes back to like the Hebrew language, I believe, which is also, very, very much a numerical language. But the whole universe can be measured with numbers. That's why when NASA sent their little probe out, they used numbers to talk to the aliens, because logically speaking, anybody in the universe will have the mathematical language, whether they use the character 1 or not, or 2 or 3 or that's obviously not, but they'll have some significant way of defining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, because those are like basic
universal.
Yeah.
And well, really all you need is those two numbers, 1 and 0, because everything we live in society is 1 and 0, black or white.
When you mentioned the Fibonacci sequence, I'm sorry I'm being so long-winded on my point here, but what we're understanding with that is in all biological life, there is this pattern that is measurable through numbers, and we can liken that to this Fibonacci sequence, right? We see that there's a ratio that's demonstrated that's not only correlative, like it goes across all species, but it's constant. So these are things that when you notice it, it makes you wonder if consciousness came after or first. I mean, scientists want you to think it came after, but I think it came first, because otherwise, why would things line up so perfectly? I know, Alex, you probably agree with this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can even extrapolate that further. I mean, to the cosmos.
Well, you could say we're living in God's consciousness, but okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you really want to go like down the conspiracy realm, it's like, well, really our conspiracy realm, that's what Buddhists say, is that our perception creates the reality. So our collective consciousness, what we actually are seeing or perceiving, maybe in our mind's eye. So maybe we are living in a reality, or a fake reality, a simulation, so to speak. So that's the thing too. So that's why manifestations work. That's why the numbers are there. It's just all a construct of our own fake reality, I guess. So fake it's real,
That makes sense. It's so fake, it's real. That's what they always say, the upside down world. Hey, but Mark, somebody in the chat said, how did I get Isaac Cappy? What's the deal? Have you heard that before? Have they called you Isaac Cappy before? That made me chuckle. Have they called you that?
Cheney from the Idiocalypse podcast.
Everybody knows Cheney. She stole my heart. She left my heart. She broke my heart. You know Cheney? Obviously, you know Cheney. Kenya. I need to have her back on the show. But okay, go back to what you were saying, though, Ken. I really was vibing with it about the numbers and simulation. So do you think, though?
Can I add to that?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I think that, it's very inherent that these numbers can be mapped out. But like Ken said, it's like just because you see the 33 in all these places, it doesn't always mean that there's significance. But in that one case with 33, it is curious that the vertebrae, right? We have so many vertebrae in our spine, right? And then there's other correlations to that, I'm sure, that are escaping me. But yeah, I think that there are certain groups of people who have known these truths, have used these truths, have demonstrated these truths in their architecture and hidden them in rituals. And, you know, now we tend to like look at those groups as evil. I think some of them might be, you know, having bad intentions and doing evil shit. But for the most part, like, these sacred geometrical measurements have been used to build our civilization, you know. And I think that when you look at the megalithic structures, there's obviously some kind of lost higher technology that might go hand in hand with all this lost mathematical significance. Because I mean, besides the quantum stuff, for the majority of the last 100 and 200 years of science, they're not looking into this kind of stuff. You know, they're looking everything as materialistic and trying to disprove ether. And, you know, and I think now with guys like Foster Gamble, he was just on Tinfoil Hat, he's a great guy. He's starting a lot of work and pushing along this work to implement free energy, right? And you can go to thriveon.com to look at more of that stuff, because I'm not really the best ambassador for all the information, but they go into a lot of this stuff in their documentary. It's a great documentary, and they talk about like how this torus field, have you guys ever seen this? It's shaped like a donut. It's basically a donut, and like usually you'll see it's like graphed out and
is that the one that's 6 feet around us, or what is the torus field? Well, we have our own field that's 6 feet, but what is the torus?
Yeah, actually, it might be shaped like that as well.
Yeah, I think it is.
Up through your head, going around.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. But he was saying that there's all these fields around us. That's the energy around us. They comprise of these small torus fields, so to speak. And we're in, you know, torus fields, our energy, it just naturally flows that way, right? Like that's the shape of our magnetic sphere and all this stuff. So I think that besides the shape, you know, that's not really the most significant part. There's a lot of interesting things going on with free energy. He was saying that there's all this energy around us. We just need to learn how to flow with it rather than break it down and steal it. He says that like oil and all these traditional ways of getting energy, we're kind of like breaking down energy and trying to like steal it from the universe when we should just be working in harmony with it.
No, you're 100% right. And you can tell energy because, like, the more you deny it, when you walk into a room, you walk into a restaurant, you walk into anywhere, you can feel the energy of other people. Like, you can kind of tell how they feel, how they perceive you. And we try to deny that, and we try to say, oh, I can't tell what they're thinking. But it's not about what they're thinking. It's about their, like, energetic vibes. You can actually tell. It's like thinking with your gut. That's our second brain. So there's a big connection. Go ahead.
I was just about to say, man, think with your gut, your intuition. When you go that way, things work out. How often do you go, fuck, I knew that, or I knew that was going to happen? 99% of the time, you trust your gut, you're probably right. And that's the other thing. They foo-foo that because you can't measure it. It's not real. You know what I mean? So they blow that off as bullshit. Like, I'm telling you, that's the true way to live life. And I think no one ever teaches you that.
No, our gut is the most important place to think of. But like
that's why they feed you shitty food.
Exactly. They want our gut health terrible.
Can that be taught though? I think there are some things that are better learned on your own. And I think that's the true path of intuition, is to find it on your own, because it can't be explained from a subjective experience. You know, it's something so subjective that it might not be conveyable. Because I've spoken about this a lot. I think a lot of people in our circle understand what intuition is, but it might not be that easy to understand for people who haven't experienced it. I think most people have experienced it though.
Well, people don't trust their intuition, because I don't trust mine sometimes. Well, I'm starting to trust it more, but a lot of times you have self-doubt, we have self-esteem
you convince
issues.
Yourself not to go with it. Every reason why you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, and I think when I completely immerse myself in my intuition, I mean, it kind of happened accidentally through smoking cannabis so much, but I realized that's what was happening. I followed my intuition into these subjects and into learning this stuff, And that's why I've been kind of a proponent and advocate for cannabis, responsible use of it, because it's really offered this paradigm shift for me, really. But, you know.
Well, that's how you get to these other dimensions, is like DMT or weed. I don't know how to explain it, but we can tap into different parts of our brain that make us feel certain, like euphoric, happy, make our body think we're in different places. So it's like when you dream, they say you might be in a different dimension. There's drugs can kind of put you in a literal different dimension, in my opinion. So is that a good thing? Yes. How do we do it, safely, and how do you provide it, You
can do it without it, man, dude.
Exactly. You can do it. You can go ahead.
Past life regression, or find a quantum hypnosis healer, dude.
Tell me about quantum hypnosis healing. What the fuck? I haven't even looked into that. Give us a rundown on that, please.
Well, shit. Sam had her on, Von Galt. We had her on our show. She's a quantum hypnosis healer. You got to look up.
I got it. That's what I'm saying. I'm about to look it up, but just give me the blue. Do you know what it is a little? What is quantum hypnosis? Because I love this show. What is this show? Quantum. Quantum Leap was like the coolest show ever.
I think quantum hypnosis has something to do with, obviously quantum might denote time. So maybe it has to do with not only your past self, but your future self and your present self. And I think Von Galt, I mean, she's reading your energy, right? That's like what I gathered from when she was on Sam's show. And I got to check out Black Pill. Is it Black Pill Radio?
It's the Black Pill.
It's the Black Pill. Yes.
Yeah, that's on all the Spotify, Apple.
The Black Pill. I don't know why I say Black Pill Radio.
Well, Black Pill Radios are
Instagram.
We have a couple other things too that are under us.
Well, stop plugging Spotify and Apple. Plug the other podcast apps. Like I use Podcast Addict and Castbox because they're just more open and you can. So I'll look you up on there. I'll get your RSS.
We have Podbean if you want to go on there because that's our RSS feeds from. So
okay, that's there. But yeah, you can plug it in through any app. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out, man, for sure, and see what you guys talked about with Von Galt. But I think Von Galt's definitely an interesting person. I think quantum healing probably has to do with that. I mean,
but what does she try to say? Like, does she say, "Oh, I'm gonna heal you some shit that happened now in the past"?
The belief is you've lived multiple lives.
I think that's possible. I think that's possible. Sorry, I just want to go ahead.
No, you're good. No, 100% is possible. And that's why a lot of the things, like, say some of your fears, like I have a fear of spiders or afraid of water, or why you have relationship issues, like why you have work study problems. A lot of this shit is related to your past life. And it's like a karmic debt you're kind of paying, but she like walks you through that life and that reenactment. But again, you're reliving that. And going through that almost like heals you from that actual pain.
Yo, Alex, wow. Excited about this. I mean, that's awesome. But it's reminding me. I hate to jump in, but Ken, you know who Michael Wan is? You know Michael Wan?
No, I don't.
So I had Michael on my podcast. He's been on Tinfoil Hat. I first heard him on the Higher Side Chats. Another great. If we're gonna be plugging podcasts, that's like the best one.
Dude, my friend was just on there, Nick Hinton.
THC, that's your favorite one out of them all?
Dude, yeah.
Everybody likes THC, but that's your
favorite.
Carlwood's
the best.
Really, that's your favorite. Well,
I think Tinfoil Hat's my favorite podcast.
Yeah, Tinfoil Hat's mine.
I love Sam too.
Yeah. I have a certain bias there, but if I was outside of the bias, it's definitely the Higher Side Chat. I think Sam would agree with that, though. He says
he loves them.
Well, and it's like me. It's like sometimes you want something kind of sillier. For me, at least, I have some more like comedic style. That's why I like Sam, because it's like funny. And sometimes
is Michael Wan. I have a biomancy session set up from him, and he's going to do like this biomancy reading, which is a very interesting term. It's like he's going to be, because necromancy is like reading the dead, so a biomancy session is like
reading alive.
Yeah, so like he's basically gonna, and I don't know what it entails really, only what I've heard him talk about on the podcast, and yeah, I'm excited to get into it and see what he has to say about me, because I think we all aren't perfect. We all could use some healing, and there are really blessed people in this life like Von Galt and Michael who do these kind of readings. They use their psychic abilities and their intuition to help other people. I think that's some of the more valuable parts of learning all these metaphysical things. It's like, it's great to have all this knowledge, but how can you apply it to solutions and helping people, right? And like guys like Sam Tripoli and Greg Carlwood and you, Alex Stein, and you, Ken, and maybe me, I'm trying.
You, for sure, Mark. Isaac, Cappy, Mr. Cappy.
We use our voice to spread this information and truth, and I think that's also valuable, you know. And some people are healers, some people are talkers, some people are leaders, you know.
But I'm not a virtue signaler truther. That's what I'm saying. That's another thing in the truth community we don't talk about enough. There's a lot of people who think because we're in the truth community, we're exposing a lot of lies. All of a sudden, we're virtue signalers. When the reality is, you don't get that.
Virtue signal is like a term that truthers invented, I think, to like show like these celebrities and how fake they are when they try to like say like.
What I'm saying is that there's in the truth community, it's a competition. Some truthers, oh, he's not awake enough. Yes, there is that. That is the thing.
On that lower vibration. I'm sorry. Anybody? I gotta go soon because it's getting a little late. But anybody who's on that lower vibration, Alex, forget about them, man. They're not worth your time. You know what I mean? Your audience is gonna appreciate the facts. Whether you listen, here's the thing about all them. They're not respecting their audience because they think that they have to be the judge, what's true and what's not. But if I'm a sensible human being, I can watch something and determine whether or not it's true. I don't need you, Alex Stein, to be the representative for what is true or not. We're just having a conversation here. So those people are thinking all wrong. They're thinking that you are virtue signaling by trying to say, attach yourself to these things. You're not attached to what you talk about, Alex. You're just talking about it, you know?
And Alex, you know what? You find your tribe. Like, look, you got Mark, you got me now, in Black Pill and Shane.
Yes.
You find your tribe, dude. It doesn't matter what all those motherfuckers think.
You are right. And I don't care that much. I'm really not that worried. I'm just saying in the truth community, we act like it's all free and love. And now there's not a lot of hate. It is more free love. But like sometimes I get the vibe like, oh, that person's like not awake enough. I get the complaint. Well, I get the complaint that I'm not serious enough in the truth. That's a complaint like, oh, why aren't you serious enough? I just don't think it's a competition of who can expose the most stuff. I think it's this is what I'm trying to say is some conspiracy people are so intense nobody will ever understand it. So we have to give them baby truth in a weird way, like baby food. So I kind of want to be that middle ground, that baby truth. I can kind of feed it to them in a funny format. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I get criticized for not being truthier enough, and it doesn't happen a lot. It's been my little criticism, or that I'm a show, which I actually like that because if you think I'm a CIA agent, I'll take it.
That means you're doing it right. Yeah, you're doing it right.
So,
well, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think that there's a lot to be said for people who don't even acknowledge it. But I think on YouTube, people are just more competitive because the views are like right there. Whereas podcasting, it's a little less like obvious how many.
I think I'm not competitive at all. I don't look at anybody that it's funny you say that. It's like I don't look at anybody that I'm competing with. I want to help people because what I'm trying to say is I'm never going to be like Mr. Beast or whatever, like some real YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like, we're never going to be able to be. So I'm just trying to make it and scrap with the other people that are trying to do the same thing. I actually don't like I want Ken to do better than me. Because I knew him at the start. So then I can write his coattails more than I want to do better than him. You know what I mean? I honestly believe that. I don't want to like.
The thing about podcasting is like you can make your show better by letting someone come on and promote their stuff for free. Like there's so many cool people that you can talk to and make entertaining content with for free because there's so many authors, there's so many filmmakers, and they're just dying to get on a show and talk to people because they want to. So I think, it's a mutually beneficial thing. Like anytime there's like haters and negative comments, it's like those people are not seeing the whole picture here,
And I think if you listen to that shit too, then you even second guess yourself. Like, hey, dude, should I ask that guy? No, he'll never come on. Dude, all the people we get on our show, we literally just said, like when we had Gators, that was my all-time favorite guy, and we sent it like he DM'd him, and he
was on my show too. But real quick, no, I want to hear your story. I think he one of my old subs from him that was like 3 months old got a strike and got me a thing. I think he went back and like complained on the own thing because he wanted to get the interview scrubbed. Bishop Larry Gators was crazy. I want to hear about your interview. Did he ask for any money after? After he did my interview, he asked for a bunch of cash after. Yeah.
No. He came on. We had him on 3 times. He came on once. He's like, I love you guys. We'll come back on. And so he did 2 more times. And then now he's doing the whole block thing and everything.
Yeah, he blocked you guys. That's what I'm saying. See, he was on my show twice, but he didn't block me yet. Probably because he died. I don't know why, but why did he? So he was
just trying to be mysterious.
Wait, we're about to let you go. Hold on, because we're about to wrap up the show. We're at 2 hours, but I want to hear the story real quick. Then we're gonna wrap things up. So you guys had him on 3 times, and then he just blocked you and Sam Tripoli. So Ken, what the fudge do you think y'all did? You think he did anything?
I don't know, man. I heard there's some stories going around before about him, and
like what? I want to hear. What is the stories about him? He's definitely a grifter.
Yeah, but there's that he's like working for Trump or something like that, or he's working with people, and
he would want to
compromise. He's like compromised asset. I don't know. Like, well, listen, I heard a few things, but I didn't know.
Coming from one guy who,
is crazier, is nuttier than a squirrel's shit. I mean, dude, the guy, I love the guy. But I'm nutty too. But
I think what it was people heard Sam on the latest, or heard Bishop Larry Gators on the latest episode of Tinfoil Hat. And when he mentioned the fact that he had an FBI informant, I think that made some people kind of question him altogether. And then he was probably receiving some negative comments and then maybe just decided to block everybody on Twitter. But who knows? Maybe he was just shutting down his Twitter account. Like, he didn't make any public statements against anybody.
Any of us, yeah.
I think everybody should just leave him be and let him go. And if he is just some grifter, then it'll come out eventually. So
and that's why I don't say anything bad, because I said, he's like one of my favorites, dude.
He's one of my favorites.
Information about the boule that people didn't know about. I don't know how true it all is, but it's definitely compelling, and it came out at an interesting time when obviously
Kobe Bryant just died. There is some truth to the boule. Like, some of the shit he does say is
and the whole year of 2020 was very black centric with the Black Lives Matter movement and a lot of the bad things that were happening in the black community. And then obviously
this year is going to be black centric too. Just wait. I know we're 3 months in, but watch, this summer will get black centric again. If Derek Chauvin gets not guilty, it's going to get really
and that's what it's looking like, which is
well, if you look at the toxicology report, that may be the correct thing, but whatever.
Either way, no, yeah, keep going.
Okay, so before you go, I'm going on the Patreon only Tinfoil Hat. We got to plug it. Before you go. It's a big thing.
Shit.
I know.
Check that shit
next
out.
week, yeah.
That.
Should I show my dick on the stream since it's Patreon only, since it's not on YouTube? Or should I only show nipple?
I think you can do whatever you want.
So I can show genital, tell you.
You might want to run it by Sam first before he hits record. But yeah, I think
he likes a little prank. Joey Diaz is his friend. That's what they do at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, somebody did that on Legion of Skanks a couple months ago.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not really gonna show my dick, but Sam wouldn't even care. Sam would be like, "Oh my god, look at that dick." He'd make fun of it. That dick's weird.
Hey, look, it's a dick, but smaller.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fake.
Speaking of comedy podcasts, though, are you gonna go and Kill Tony anytime soon, Alex?
Okay, I got to go down there March 8th. When I was supposed to go, I just fucking had bullshit to do, but I have to go down there. But the thing is, they got to pull your hat out of a bucket, pull your name out of a bucket, so it's still not necessarily like slam dunk, but they'll definitely pull my name because I'll put glue on my piece of paper.
Well, you know people in the comedy world, all someone's got to say is like, Alex. Hey, Alex is coming up. Make sure he gets a spot.
Alex.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how. Maybe. Yeah. I bet you it could rig it, actually. I bet that shit is rigged.
Your hand right there?
With this pen? Yes.
I'll tell you what, I've seen pretty much every episode of Kill Tony, and there's something about when somebody writes their name in black Sharpie on the name thing, they always get pulled. So you just take that little black Sharpie there to Austin, you write your name in black Sharpie, Alex Stein, at Conspiracy Castle. Maybe, don't even put the website there. Who knows? It's up to you. But just put Alex Stein and, luck of the draw, dude. I think luck will be on your side, man. I think you're going to do it. I think you're going to be on Kill Tony.
Okay, well, I am going to manifest it. Well, I'm going to get on it. Okay, we're about to wrap this up. So, Ken, where can we find you? We know Black Pill, the Black Pill, or it was just Black Pill. Why do I always say it?
So, it's Black Pill Radio on Instagram and Twitter. And then we are The Black Pill on all
the podcast, and you're all over the podcast. All 5-star ratings. All the ratings are so good. Everybody, listen. Your guests have been top notch. I'm jealous of your guests. Like you just said, Mark, the guests really. There's so many interesting people out there. I'm doing a disservice by not talking to an interesting person every time I'm on the air. Almost, you know. I mean, y'all are interesting. That's why I'm not doing a disservice tonight, because I have two fine young men this evening. And you're coming from Cleveland, Ohio. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Live from Cleveland, yes. And I got my man in Indiana.
Yo, I just drove through Ohio on my way to Indiana. That's no shit.
Wow, as Spiro's in the chat, I just want to say, Spiro, I wanted you to come on the 8-hour stream, but I'm going to have to, Spiro, I'm going to catch you on another one.
I got your email through Shane, so I'll get in touch with you guys.
I was going to say, dude, we'll link up for sure. Hell yeah, man.
And thank you. I just want to say thank you. You're the man. And everybody in the chat. Guys, what a great show. We're at the 2-hour mark. I got to end it. I got to fuck.
Hey, thanks for having me, dude. Thanks for letting me jump in, dude. I was just sitting here, saw it. I figured,
plug my show, Alex.
Plug it. Wait, you guys all plug. I think you guys go. Everybody go plug.
You know, I gotta air this out because last time, you know, you didn't even let me plug my show, Alex. So, but it's the My Family Thinks I'm Crazy podcast. You can go to our website, myfamilythinksimcrazy.com, and I like listening to podcasts through Podcast Addict, so you could go to that app to find it. And we do a lot of cool stuff in the description with the notes and all kinds of stuff we're working on. So stay tuned. I'm putting a new podcast out soon, so a lot of interesting stuff going on.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, Ken, everybody go listen. Please go on Twitter and follow Black Pill Radio. Actually, before I go, that's the last thing I want to do. Hold on. I'm going to show the 32-inch screen. You guys can't even see it. Hold on. Let me do this. I want to show one little video of Ken and I. Well, let me say this. Hold on. Where everybody goes. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it. Let me do share screen. Share screen. Yeah. We're gonna talk about this is us on the Black Pill Radio. Let's see if I get it.
Wow, you guys all wore suits for Alex.
Well,
Shane
just
did.
Shane. Why? Look, why?
Unmute it. Hit the.
I know, but every time I try to hit it, it's like fucking up. Every time I hit it.
And you look like Shane.
Beard. You seem like you got a lot of testosterone. Okay. Let me go to the beginning. Let me zoom in. Wow, why is my browser
the way you talk?
Why is it not letting me go to full? It's because you did it on whatchamacallit.
You're from Cleveland.
It's weird. It's because we'll start it from the beginning. Come on. Oh my God! Every time I click it doesn't. Oh, people aren't even seeing it. Hold on. People aren't even seeing it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, Ken, what do you think? How do we get our power back? You say, I'm not saying from your body language. I don't know you from Adam. Ken, you seem like a powerful guy. You see, you got the beard. You seem like you got a lot of testosterone. The way you talk, you're from Cleveland. You're from Ohio. You know, you're in the snow. I bet you're tough.
My old
How do we
microphone.
get our power back? I want your opinion. You seem like you know. Well, Ken, what do you think? How do we get our power back?
I love
you say,
it. That's what I'm saying. Everybody go follow the Black Pill Radio. Everybody needs to go freaking do that right now. And I want to thank you, Mark. I want to thank you, Ken, with the Cocoa Bombs like Donkey Kong, guys. It's been a great night. Y'all have been the best. I love y'all. Please, patrons only stream next week, Thursday with Jaron and David Weiss. And go follow Mark.
Yeah,
we're going to get wicked in a while. Another patrons only stream. So you guys make sure to watch it. All right. Peace. Thank you.